Welcome back to microeconomics class. So in this class, I'll be talking about equilibrium in a perfect market. So we have market equilibrium and also firm equilibrium. When we a market being in equilibrium under perfect market, and also when we a firm being in equilibrium in a perfect market. So they are not the same thing, they are different things entirely. So in a market, equilibrium occurs when quantity supply in the market is equals to the quantity demanded in that market. So we are going to draw our usual demand and supply curve. So here we have quantity, and this is the origin. So you have my demand curve, I have my supply curve. So this is the equilibrium, and the point of intersection of demand curve and supply curve indicates the equilibrium. This is where they intersect, and this is equilibrium. And in other words, this is my equilibrium price, and this is the equilibrium quantity in the market. So in this market, don't forget there are many firms in this market, okay, supplying goods, identical goods to the market, and there are many buyers that are demanding for goods in the market. So the interaction of the forces of demand and supply will determine both the equilibrium price in the market and the equivalent quantity in the market. This is the market equilibrium anyway. So let's choose a representative firm. That's for a particular firm. So let's see what will determine the equilibrium of a firm in this market. So there can be thousands of firms in this market, but the whole market is in equilibrium when the quantity supplied is equal to the quantity demanded. Now, when we a firm be in equilibrium, so let's draw our diagram. So we have this. Now, this is the origin. For this firm, there's a quantity that is the output of this firm, output of this particular firm. And here I have the cost and price for this firm, because a firm or all firms in this market are price takers. So the firm I'm looking at will also be a price taker. So in other words, the firm is going to produce and sell all its units at this particular price that is determined in the market. In other words, I can trace this price to this diagram here. So in other words, I have the price. This is the market price F, equivalent to this. So if the firm here cannot influence the market price, it means that its demand curve is going to be horizontal like this. The demand curve is going to be horizontal. So don't forget, this is the price. So you have to sell at the price that's determined in the market. That means the price is fixed. Then it can now produce and sell whatever unit you want to sell at this same price, which is P. So this will be its demand curve. Okay, so this demand curve this price line is equivalent to demand curve here. Yes. And because price is always equals to average revenue, in other words, price is sending average revenue. So this same line represents the firm's average revenue. Yes. At the same time, because the firm cannot influence the market price. Whatever it occurs that price is fixed, so average revenue, that is the price, will be equals to M-half. In other words, since the price is fixed here, so this A-half curve will also represent our marginal revenue curve. Now, I want to determine the equilibrium of this firm. So a firm in a perfect competition is in equilibrium when P, that the price is equal to marginal cost. When the price is equal to marginal cost. But because the price is equal to marginal revenue under perfect market only, okay, don't forget this is only true under for a perfect competitor. So because price is equal to marginal revenue for a perfect competitor, so this can be rewritten as marginal revenue equals to marginal cost. Marginal revenue equals to what? Marginal cost. Now, what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to draw my marginal cost curve. So this is my marginal cost curve. Marginal cost curve. And we know that equilibrium of a firm occurs when M is equal to MC. This is my MC curve, and this line represents my MR curve. So you can see that this is the point of intersection where they are equal. So this point where they are equal represents the firm equilibrium output. This is the equilibrium level of output, okay, and this represents the firm's equilibrium price. This equilibrium price is the same price that is determined in the market. So, mind you, a firm is in equilibrium does not mean that that firm is actually making profit. No, a firm may be in equilibrium and be making profit, either abnormal profit or normal profit, but a firm can also be in equilibrium and make loss. So don't forget, but we say a firm is equilibrium when M is equal to MR. We calculate the profit and it turn out to be negative. So we are going to change the narration. We say the firm is minimizing loss. Okay, so in our subsequent classes, we will continue to explain further so that in order to make it become more understandable to you. Thank you. See you in the next video.